It is definitely a match reaction. Manchester United has managed to win this one. It's been a very brilliant one, with Manchester United managing to beat Real Betis, and that's been 4 goals on 1. Manchester United has managed to score 4 goals, and Real Betis has managed to score 1. And we'll remember that we are definitely talking about the Europa League, and Manchester United I think, has secured a place in the quarterfinals, not just as yet, but the possibilities of Manchester United heading to the quarterfinals are way too high, with a remaining, with a game, an away game that is definitely going to be happening at Real Betis, and definitely that will be a brilliant one for Manchester United, as you already know that Manchester United has already 4 goals, and it will be remembered that despite Manchester United having 4 goals, it will be remembered that Real Betis, to be back in this, it needs not only 4 goals, but actually not 4 goals, it needs 3 goals to make sure they are level, and Manchester United doesn't have to score any goal. So if Real Betis beats Manchester United 3-0, and that definitely means they could go for penalties, and it has to be 3-0, which could be next to impossible, because there is a chance that Manchester United is going to be winning the away game, and that will definitely mean that Manchester United will be heading to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. It will be also remembered that those what happened last time. What happened last time was no good for Manchester United, I must say. Manchester United and Liverpool. It was a very bad game for Manchester United, I must say. It wasn't the best of games, with Liverpool beating Manchester United 7 goals on 0. And everybody was talking about what is going to happen next. Is it going to be yet another thrashing game? Is it going to be a very bad game for Manchester United, or is it going to be a brilliant one? And Bruno Fernandes, or remember that Bruno Fernandes was criticized quite a lot, but he did not mind whatsoever, whatever was being said. And he came out and put up a very wonderful performance, helped the football players. Anyway, I want to talk about something about Wout Weghorst in Manchester United. I think Manchester United, despite everything, I know Wout Weghorst he's a wonderful player. He's a good football player, and he does what he is told as a football player. But also, Wout Weghorst, I think, needs to improve quite a great deal, because he's wasted quite a number of chances, and it's not the first time he's wasted a big number of chances. Manchester United should have had even much more goals than what it has had today. And in not a bad way, I like Wout Weghorst, and he's a giant. He's a bully in every team that needs a football player like him, and that's why. That's definitely why the manager likes him way too much, because he can be a bully. He can take the ball off the opponents quite easily, and he's a striker, so he can face the defenders one-on-one, and he's just massive. So, however, despite the fact that he's massive, something definitely needs to be done. He needs to make sure that he can score as many goals as he can, and he's not wasting chances, because I was a little bit upset with him in the first half. But in the second half, he tried. And the thing with Wout Weghorst, when he's on the game, Manchester United have always won. And when he is on the game, he might not score. Do not quote me wrong. He might not score, but he creates opportunities for other football players to score. He creates opportunities for Marcus Rashford to shine. He might not shine, but he creates opportunities for other football players to shine. However, football, anyway, balls come to him, and he has to finish them off. He can't keep on creating chances for other football players. Also, he is needed as a finisher, because that's what his role is right about now. He's needed as a finisher, but he does not have that finishing touch. Everything else about him is perfect, is okay, but the finishing touch is not the best, and he definitely needs to work around that. So I will be remember that the first call was definitely from Marcus Rashford, and it was a brilliant one. Marcus Rashford played quite well, and he's been playing quite well of recent. Everybody knows Marcus Rashford. With me saying a few things, and definitely every team that plays with Manchester United is a goal behind, because we know that Manchester United has Marcus Rashford and he's definitely going to score. And that's what has happened again today. So Marcus Rashford opened the scoring, and that was definitely brilliant. And uh, this gentleman Anthony's goal, it was a brilliant one, on point, perfect one. And also, leaving all that aside and looking at Figo's goal, was definitely also a very wonderful one. Then Bruno Fernandes, definitely also, it was a great goal, and those are the four football players that scored. However, I also have something to say about Real Betis. They put up they displayed quite a little bit of resilience. Anyway, they tried their level best to make sure they can put out a game there, but definitely Manchester United was the better club in all this. But the goal, and this is what I mean, if at all Manchester United drew, if Manchester United draw, I want you to quote me right. If Manchester United draw, if it was possibly a 1-1, if it was 1-1 for Manchester United and they ended up that way, that Real Betis goal would have costed Manchester United, well, it shouldn't have been a goal. I don't know why the referee did not cross that goal, because it was definitely not a goal. It was not a goal whatsoever, because it was in the build-up. It was in the build-up where this mistake was made. It was a handball, proper handball. Everybody could see that the Real Betis football player controlled the ball using the hand, and despite the fact saying that it was in the build-up, it was not in the final score of the goal, that was all rubbish. That was definitely uncalled for. That was definitely not right, because it was a proper handball. And from a handball, you pass the ball to this football player who finishes off the game. I mean, the finish was all right. The finish was okay. It was a beautiful goal from Real Betis, but the build-up was not in any way fine. It was definitely not in any way okay. And you could say that Rafael Varane did not go on with, he sort of pulled back because he thought it was definitely a foul. And it comes out that it's a pass, and this pass results into a goal. And definitely that was, it would have been 4-0. It's still okay. Still okay. 4-1 is still okay, but it would have been, the lead would have been even extended far more. However, let us know what you think about this, and do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell, as Manchester United have played quite well. Manchester United have played very well, managing to beat Real Betis 4-1, with all goals being scored by Wout Figos, Bruno Fernandes, and also Marcus Rashford, the goal machine, and not forgetting Anthony, the superstar. Anyway, I think it's been a very brilliant one. It's been a brilliant goal. It's been a brilliant game. It's been brilliant goals in a brilliant game, and definitely Manchester United has come back again after that humiliating defeat from Liverpool that wasn't the best. I was mad about the football players. I don't know what was happening last time with, I must say, being honest, I know some people have been telling me to talk about the Liverpool game, but being honest, I think that was the crappiest performance I've seen Manchester United have in very many years. I've followed Manchester United for very many years, and that's the crappiest performance that definitely ever happened. I was not happy about it. I was definitely not happy about it. Liverpool beating Manchester United 7-0. That was the crappiest performance. However, they have made it up. The football players have made it up. They realized what they did was not the best. They didn't play quite well, and they've come up and put on a very wonderful performance, a very good performance, and everybody has liked what they have done today. Everybody definitely liked what Manchester United football players have done every day. With a goal drought for Foul Figures has managed to score, and that has been also a brilliant one. And I must say, Foul Figures, your goal drought is definitely done, and we could possibly be seeing Foul Figures scoring on a couple of times. You know, when the scoring starts, it definitely does not stop. And Foul Figures, the fact that he is a massive football player, he is talented, undoubtedly. He's just been lacking the finishing bit. But when it comes to creating chances for football players, and his passes are always accurate. That's one of the reasons as to why I like Foul Figures. I mean, when he scored the ball, you're very sure that he's not going to waste the ball. You're very sure that he's going to pass the ball to the right people he makes, right players he makes, right decisions. He does not mess around whatsoever. He is a brilliant football player. When he scored the ball, you are cocksure, you're 100% sure that he's not going to make any mistake whatsoever. He knows where Rashford is. If Sancho is there, he knows where Sancho is. He knows every football player where every football player is. And he does not just make fake crosses or anything, bad crosses. No, he makes proper crosses, passes the ball quite well. And that's what any football manager would love from their football player. And that's what he does. Foul Figures, that's what makes him extraordinary. I mean, so many people always wonder why does the manager himself keep on wanting this football player to play? Why does he start him every time, and yet he does not score as many goals as possibly another football player would score? It's because he is an opportunity to other football players. He gives the chance to other football players when it comes to passing, ball control, in a bit of dribbling. He's definitely okay. The only bit that he needs to improve is finishing. And do not forget that Wout Figures' contract is going to be getting done in the summer transfer window. But if he keeps on playing like that, Manchester United are not going to let him go. Manchester United are going to make sure that they can have him, they can keep him at any cost. They'll make sure they talk to Burnley and he remains. I mean, when he's been on the game, Manchester United have won. When he's been on the game, Manchester United have won a couple of games, a very big number of games, and that's been a brilliant sign that he is definitely for Manchester United. He's played quite well, he's been playing brilliant, and everybody has been wondering why possibly the manager wants him all the time, and yet he's not scoring goals. The fact that he doesn't score goals does not mean he's not a good football player. But I think the drought of goals for him is definitely done. The goal drought for Wout Figures is definitely done, and that was, I mean, he's aggressive. He's an aggressive football player. You can see when he runs for the ball, he definitely has that anger and hunger to make sure that he can score the goal. You know, he can score as many goals as he can. And since he's started, trust me, he's not going to stop. I said this exact thing about Marcus Rashford. When Marcus Rashford scored a couple of goals, I told you who's watching me, if you remember, if you've been following me, I said Wout Figures is definitely Wout Figures then. Marcus Rashford is definitely not going to stop scoring, and that's what he's always done. Since then, he's not stopped. He's been a brilliant football player. He's scored a number of goals. He's a typical goal-scoring machine. Looking at the goal he scored today, I mean, Marcus Rashford, he is typically a brilliant football player, very wonderful one, a very good football player. When it comes to accuracy, dribbling skills. Definitely, he is one that Manchester United can rely on. And whenever there is a game, Manchester United definitely know that Marcus Rashford is definitely there for them. So it's been a brilliant one. And Marcus Rashford is very, very, very good one. A very brilliant football player, I must say. And everybody has been talking about Marcus Rashford and how good he is and how good he's going to be in the future for the team, for the club. And he's definitely proved it all that he can be the best football player. And some people are saying, oh, Marcus Rashford is just good in the Premier League, but once it comes to European football, he won't be that good. But he definitely has proved everybody wrong. He's proved everyone that was thinking that he could be a crappy football player in the European leagues. He's definitely proved them wrong. He's scored against Real Betis. You've watched this one. It's been a clean one. And he scored about Barcelona. It was definitely also a clean one. Anyway, talking about also Anthony. Sometimes Anthony can be a little bit dodgy. Sometimes he can be a crappy football player. But on rare occasions, when he's not in his mood, he can be a crappy football player. But when he is at his best, he is a very wonderful football player. Like today, he's been his best, scored one of the most beautiful goals of the day, of the season. I definitely, and I mean this, it's been a brilliant goal. If you've watched the goal, Anthony's goal, it's definitely been a brilliant one. It's been a very, very wonderful one. Then talking about the one and only Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes also has managed to score a goal, and he's played quite brilliantly, very, very well. And also, despite the fact that he's played well, he's also managed to score a very wonderful goal that has managed to extend the lead for Manchester United, eased the work at Real Betis next Thursday. So Manchester United will just be looking for a defeat, possibly. That's the reality. United is not going to be looking for a win at Real Betis. No, if Real Betis can beat Manchester United 1-0, it's still okay. 2-0 is still okay. But anything above 2-0 is bad. If it's a 3-1, it's not. It's still okay. 3-1 is still okay. 3-2 still okay, but 3-0 is definitely not fine. I think Manchester United should be in a better position of pulling a better performance there at Real Betis. So it's going to be a massive one. And again, talking about my man Casemiro. Casemiro is a very good one, and he's played quite well today. As you already know, he's had quite a number of football games that he's been on point, been brilliant, and even today, definitely he's played quite well. Then my young superstar Pelistri definitely is a very good one. You know, I've got my football players that I like. I like Pelistri, I like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and when Aaron Wan-Bissaka was being benched, I was wondering why. Maybe possibly I don't understand the dynamics of football. Maybe. But managers will, how do you bench Aaron Wan-Bissaka for that long time? No way. He is class. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is top class. He's a top man. He's a top football player. You can't bench him all that long. And I definitely like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And some people are saying I like him personally. But no, he is one. Every football club definitely needs an Aaron Wan-Bissaka, a football player who will run with the ball, not just passing the ball around all the time. Sometimes when you play exactly the same football as your opponent, you definitely lose out. You need a football player who will run with the ball from the defense to the attacking section, and then can pass to the strikers. And that is none other than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And definitely, you've seen it. He's played quite well. If you've watched the game, you've definitely seen how he's played. He's played brilliantly. He's played very, very well, extremely well. Thank you, my man Aaron Wan-Bissaka, for making my words come true. You're one of the best football players I definitely know. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a brilliant football player, and I will repeat it again and again and again. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you're one of my best football players, and I don't see any reason. I think because putting comparison, Aaron Bissaka and Dalot, whom would you love to start? Go into the comment section and let me know. But me personally, I would definitely not bring Diogo Dalot when Aaron Bissaka is there. Definitely not. However, get me right. However, uh, when Aaron Wan-Bissaka sometimes gets a bit tired. So if you start Diogo Dalot, it's okay. Let him have a few football minutes. Let him have a few football minutes. Then bring the man himself. Start Dalot, which is okay. And this is exactly what Erik ten Hag has done today. Start Dalot. Let him come and play on a few for a few minutes. Then bench him. He's a good one. He can also come in. He can come in, but he can start and leave. Then Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes with all that energy. Trust me, when he comes off the bench and everybody's a bit tired, he is a big problem. And that's what Real Betis has faced today. It's been a very big problem. It's been a massive problem to Real Betis. And he still had all the strength. He runs with the ball and tries to make goal scoring opportunities, and definitely it's been quite great. And then Pellistri's been a very wonderful one. Pellistri, a very good one. So definitely it's been a brilliant one. And also not forgetting the main man, Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, I like Jadon Sancho too. But Jadon Sancho before had a few issues with his mentor, let's say physical and mental issues. That's what was in, and that's why he was sent to the Netherlands for a bit of training. And he came back, and he's been playing quite a little bit okay. He's been playing quite well, but he's not yet impressed the manager to maximum. He's not yet impressed the manager to maximum, so the manager still thinks he's definitely can't start the games. He's still lacking a bit. But to me, I think he's set to go. He's all is well. All is well for him. He's definitely set to go. So I think he's a brilliant one. He's a good one. Then also looking at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is amazing. The goalkeeper of Manchester United is one of the oldest football players at the club, and his department is a brilliant one. He makes sure he does not make quite a lot of mistakes, but not today. And I must say, De Gea today has been a little bit crappy. He's made a few mistakes, but also he's always a very good football player, class. De Gea definitely is class, and of recent will be remembered that of recent he said he will not be joining any other club. He wants to retire to Manchester United. However, we've got Batlanders the backup, and possibly he will be taking over. Manchester United will be looking for another football player once David De Gea decides on retiring, because rumor has it that it won't be a long time from now until he retires. He wants to retire football quite early. Not early. I mean, he's played quite a lot of games. He's been in the goalpost for Manchester United for quite a long period of time, very long, and he's been the number one goalkeeper for Manchester United for a very long period of time, extremely long period of time. Even when Manchester United has been at its worst, what they have been sure about was Manchester United's football goalkeeper, and that is him. But looking at today's superstars, Manchester United's best football players, and we have Casemiro, we have Bruno Fernandes, and we've got Manchester United as Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and who next? There is Marcus Rashford. All of them have definitely played well. They've definitely played quite well, and the defense section is definitely perfect. So this is the thing I like about Erik ten Hag. Nobody at the club is not liable to substitution. That's why I like Erik ten Hag. If you're doing rubbish, sit. If you're not going to contribute, sit. He won't tolerate any nonsense. That's him, and that's why I definitely like Erik ten Hag. No matter who you are, you can be Marcus Rashford, you scoring plenty of goals no worries. If your job is done, go and sit. You know what I mean? That's him. And that's why I definitely like him. His decision is sound. You know, I was talking to friends before when Cristiano Ronaldo was at Manchester United. I know I like Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a brilliant football player. He's played quite well. But I said, look, Cristiano Ronaldo is a brilliant football player. He's a good one. He's played for Manchester United for a very long period of time. He's gone and come back. He's turned down offers from different clubs, including Manchester United. He's turned down a big offer from Manchester City, who are rivals that come to Manchester United, his club. But you'll remember that he is not the young Cristiano Ronaldo he used to be. And people said, oh no, you know what, Abu Kals, possibly you do not like Cristiano Ronaldo. I said, okay. But I think it's proved itself. Cristiano Ronaldo was one of the problems of Manchester United. I'm sorry to say this, but he was one of the problems of Manchester United. And when he left, I think you've seen results. But he was a good one. He's a good one. He's a good football player, I must say. He's a brilliant football player. And he's loved, undoubtedly. Everybody likes Cristiano Ronaldo. But age is catching up on him. I don't know why people don't want to agree to the fact that a football player can age. No matter how you love them, he can age and he does not bring results to the table. Many football fans, many Manchester United fans do not want to know that. They do not want to listen to the truth. And I personally think if you do not want to face the truth, then you've got a weakness that you need to address. You've definitely got a weakness because look, he was a big problem at Manchester United because he wanted to play every game. And that's not how Eric Ten Hag does his things. If you're not performing, or if he actually sometimes it's not about performing with Eric Ten Hag, it's about calculating the game. And uh, you're not going to give your best if you play 90 minutes. You're not going to give your best for the next game. Sometimes he will bench Marcus Rashford, and he's benched Marcus Rashford very many times, and plenty of times he's benched Marcus Rashford, and yet Marcus Rashford is a very good football player just because he wants him to play the next game, you know. But Cristiano Ronaldo would not tolerate that. He didn't like that. He didn't like the fact that he was not being given a gameplay because he saw himself as a very good football player, whom he is. Undoubtedly, I love Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, I've liked Cristiano Ronaldo my whole life. I love him. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. But he's aging. It's not the young Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, he's not got the pace that gets me right, okay? Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't got the pace that Marcus Rashford has got. No way. If you think Cristiano Ronaldo has the pace Marcus Rashford has got, then you've got a problem with you. And then Alejandro Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho is a young but very fast football player, though he's not played the game today, but he's showed quite a lot of results. And Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't have that pace. That's what I'm trying to mean. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to mean, but basically that's what I'm trying to mean. So, but for today, it's been a brilliant one. It's been a very, very great game. 4 goals has definitely improved quite a lot with Manchester United football players saying a few things about this game, how happy they were, how definitely happy they were for Manchester United football players were happy for Wout Weghorst and his goal, and that was definitely quite good with almost every football player extremely happy about this. All football players at Manchester United were extremely happy that Wout Weghorst scored this goal. And if you've seen a few goals, they've always tried to make sure they can give him a ball so that he can score. Things definitely did not go on quite well for him, but not today. Today, everything has gone unplanned. He's created opportunities for other players. He's played quite well and also managed to score a goal for himself. And we possibly think that things will keep on like this for quite a long period of time, and we definitely think all will go on quite well for Wout Figures, because he is a good football player. I mean, he's massive and he's a bully. He's a bully, and every club needs a bully in them, and every club needs a football player like a football player who will do the dirty work for them. And Manchester United, guess who does the dirty work for Manchester United? It's not him. That's Casemiro. Casemiro does all the dirty work for Manchester United. You need a football player like him. You need Wout Figures. You need a top finisher, which Manchester United also definitely has. Anyway, let us know what you definitely think in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it on whatever we've definitely got to bring, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related. We are more than definitely dedicated to bring the latest. My name is Abu KALS, right here at the United chapter, dedicated to bring to you the latest straight as it comes in, as it's been Manchester United that has been playing Real Betis in the Europa League, and it will be remembered that Manchester United has passed its first test with 4 goals on 1, and the second test is underway. It will be next Thursday, and it will be an away game for Manchester United, and we hope that Manchester United will also win that comfortably so that it can head to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. And it will be remembered that Manchester United has already had a title for themselves. They already have a cup for themselves, and that's the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup is definitely already on for Manchester United. Otherwise, let us know what you definitely think in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it on whatever we've got to bring, as long as it is sports right about here at the United chapter with me, your host Abu KALS, as I tell you thank you and goodbye for now.